Give me reasons we should be complete. You should be with them, I can't compete.
Beats, we down in here, dirty doesn't, you know, take it down. I'm the fucking cheaper by Steve Martin, but that's not what we're talking about here.
All right, man. Please. All right, we're at Jungle Beats, man. Australia's plug to the. I don't even know anymore. We do something here. Reviews. And
plug to the plug.
Joji reviewed all of his music. He's the big reason why we are so popular today.
100%.
And so we're going to continue reviewing his music, not because of just that, because we actually enjoy it.
We do.
He's a talented artist.
We're going to be big fans. Slow Dancing in the Dark was a dope first single.
And he dropped Ballads 1. We didn't know it was coming today.
Yeah, we just saw that it dropped and we were like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, perfect timing. I just hope it's better than his last project. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we felt like it wasn't bad, it just wasn't unique.
Yeah,
it was kind of like, it was so-so. But after hearing Slow Dancing in the Dark, I remember if you've watched my single video for that with Mr. Eleftherios.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it.
The delivery boy.
No, I was going to say it's your favourite track by him, right?
It is. My favourite track he's ever done. And I spoke about how this is a direction which I can see him taking, which does have uniqueness to it and does challenge his vocals in a way which works. So that's what I'm hoping to get from this album. A lot of those elements.
Let's go, baby.
So, thank God this is a 30 minutes album.
Based off what you heard. He loves this key, bro.
When you cry, you waste your time over boys you never liked.
Super distorted.
Yeah.
Now would you read me if I ran like hell in the wind from dawn till dusk?
Production. Quite similar to what we've known and heard from Joji.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves his keys. He loves his dark keys. He loves his keys that just bleed emotion.
Very good description. And once again, Joji's touching on the subject of relationship with some female. And the last end of the chorus, when you cry, you waste your time over boys you never liked. Can you not? If I just say that, that's quite humorous, right?
Can you not?
Yeah, he just says, can you not? But the way he's delivering it is quite... it almost lacks emotion. It's quite monotone and like dispassionate.
I think that's why the keys are there.
To give that lift.
I kind of like what he did with his voice though. It kind of felt like he was like, he kind of like added this little bit of extra depth to his voice. Like even though they might have not felt like there was emotion there, it felt like there was another layer of vocal control there.
Good, good
analysis. I quite dug that. So
and the distortion.
Yeah, I fucked with that.
It's like, whoa, that's not right. But no, he's using it.
It's not cherry bomb like distortion, but it's still like a good amount of distortion for a Joji track.
I like when artists use imperfection to paint their tracks.
100%, bro.
The next track is, but yeah, I'm not really too impressed by that. But the next track is "Slow Dancing in the Dark," which
we can put a video for this one.
I love this part.
It's so good. There's
so much weight to it.
Yeah.
You see the hooves on his feet?
Yeah.
Why?
What?
Why do you think he's painting himself as this half animal, half human?
Cupid.
Cupid has hooves?
Yeah. Well, some depictions do.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense with the arrow in his own back.
Or was it him? Well, yeah, I think you're right.
Well, I'm not saying it might. I don't know.
I think the song, that's what it's about. It's kind of like falling in love with someone, knowing that it's not going to work out, so you're kind of shooting yourself.
Self-death, right? Suicide.
Oh. His voice is so powerful in this track.
That's such a powerful, emotive track.
Really, yeah, what you said. I still think that's Joji's best track he's ever made so far, because we got the rest of this album to do. I think the visuals to go with it really just add to it. Explaining, I think it's all about like, definitely like hugely about love and all about falling in love, knowing that you're going to get hurt and you don't stop it.
I could easily see that being like a top 25 track of the year.
Yeah, man. I've listened to this track a lot. I reckon I would have listened to this track probably 20 times.
Really?
Yeah,
Shit,
man.
This is the second time, because this came out when I was away, and I'm like, I'm sleeping on it.
It's powerful. Like, I already want to listen to it again.
Yeah.
It's a really amazing track, and I truly believe that this is a lane that Joji should go down.
Absolutely.
And I hope we get more of this shit right now.
Yeah, I hope the rest of the album has this much weight and emotion. When he hits that verse, it ripples through your fucking bones.
100, man.
You can feel pain.
Fuck, man. I just want to get to the next track, but I'm going to get coffee.
You gonna get a coffee?
I'm going to get coffee quick.
Okay, man. I want to point out, while Alexander Mann's getting some coffee, he uses the metaphor of slow dancing in the dark to characterize a failing relationship. This is obvious. Just like a slow dance where you can't see your partner's face, his relationship with the person is intimate, but ultimately impersonal. I don't know about that, considering why would you feel so much pain and depict so much visual pain and emotion when it's impersonal? I don't know about that connotation or annotation.
Back. I just got a coffee. Gonna drink it.
All up, all up, all up. A what?
He shaved his hair.
Looks better. Is that like a VR thing?
I have no idea. Yeah, it is. It is a VR.
Or like snow goggles?
She don't wanna tell lies. She don't wanna tell. Waiting on a sacrificial life. Waiting on the ones who didn't fight.
Yes.
I told you not to waste my fucking life.
I think it's James Blake on Nelly. Nelly.
That's big props there.
Just one more time for a long night.
That's a nice. Is it like an echo effect? I don't know what it is. It's really nice. He's keeping the momentum.
I agree. At first, when I first heard the hook, I was like, oh, I'm not feeling it. But then, as he changed his vocal range up a fair bit, going to a lot deeper, to going a lot higher, and brought it back, I kind of clicked with it. It was like, okay, I'll see what you're doing here. Visuals, I'm not quite sure, but maybe it's more for the artistry, because like the different types. And there was one with like the kid's hat on with the shotgun, and there's one with the wedding dress, obviously on the bike, and so I'm not sure what it represents, but they're nice visuals nonetheless. I gotta say, Joji, I ain't fucking with the short hair. You look much better with long hair, but you do you, man.
And I'm saying I disagree. I'm fucking with the short hair, but you do you, man.
I mean, you probably had long hair for so fucking long, you're like, fuck it. And also the fact that you're making a huge artistry transition. And I know that a lot of artists, when they transition as artists, that they change the way they look. And hair is a big stage and factor of that.
Absolutely.
So I can get why you do it, because you have changed your shit a lot. Dope track.
The term test drive, he talks about failing relationships a lot in this album and his music a lot.
It's called ballads, I guess.
Yeah.
Ballads all about songs about love. Like a fleshlight.
A bit. You ever tried one?
Light. Like a light.
Like a light. Hey.
Like a light.
Slept through the flight. I'm so gangster because I took a sleeping pill and I made $1 million song.
Suck, it's a good song.
Imagine if you did a song for every girl you fucked.
I'll be honest with you, some of them I won't remember. Like, I'll write them down and some will leave out.
Fair enough.
fucking do the shit.
Sorry, please go on. Enlighten the people what you're talking about.
Anyway, I was thinking like if every male had like a flower for it, actually reverse it. No, nah, keep it like that. Every male has a flower for a dick. Be it, like I said, a waratah, a daffodil, a daisy, lavender, whatever the fuck. And each sort of female has their own little hive of insects, like be it bees, any sort of thing that pollinates or wants to do that shit. And basically when they have sex, they just like, so it's like they're kind of scissoring, but like the fucking bugs are like pollinating the fuck out of your flower. And when they're finally done, your flower's just like, you know, it's all the shit's out of it, and they take it back to the hive, and then they form the fucking kid. And fucking, I reckon it'd be dope.
So what that means is that he didn't really fuck with that track, and we didn't really listen to it that deeply.
I'll be honest, it was just kind of so-so.
And
it was kind of just like just guitar and just singing like this for the whole song.
I'm gonna let you finish. But even the content of the lyrics was not particularly creative, passionate, energetic. You didn't feel what you felt on that second track.
Second, third track, especially second, really dope.
Like, it's a bit corny too. I've been missing a long time to know I had to move. I've been waiting my whole life to know I wanted you.
I mean, if you're gonna call your album Ballads, then I expect some corniness, because Ballads all about love. So.
Fair rebuttal, guys. I'll take that up the arse.
Right, bend over. I'm fucking ready.
Shit, that makes sense.
Yeah. So all the videos are like sort of following each other. Because I think when he was on the rollerblades, there was the same suit he was wearing in the last video. Maybe.
Did you see the Halo sword in the back?
Yeah, I saw that.
Tell me why I can't stay this long on the same time. Don't know you, but would I fall in love with you? I don't have no social cues. I'm not for you.
What's written on his face?
Looks like a tattoo.
That's not a tattoo, it's fake.
Yeah, it looks like a fake tattoo.
Oh, but what's it say?
It's like a number, 102, 701.
702.
Like an apartment number?
Yeah, 702.
Hotel number?
Maybe it's how many bitches he's fucked.
Fuck, man.
He's loving it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big pickup from the last track. I like the more positive energy and the sort of the light and sort of sunniness we get from the guitar and the drums. More quicker pitter patter of a pace.
Kept you more engaged?
Yeah, and I really like his sing on here. It's quite light, cheerful. It's not too overdone. I think it really suits the production. I think Clampson must have had a hand in the production, of course, because that's what he does. And yeah, I dig this track. I think it really suits. I'm just gonna imagine the last track wasn't there.
What I do appreciate is that it's a bit more lighthearted, a bit more humorous.
Yeah.
Taking itself a bit less seriously.
And that's usually Joji's personality.
Let me hold up one sec.
You find yourself locked in a cabin and you can't get out, just remember that your arsehole has 3 distinct memory cores that you can pick apart to lock your own mind outside of your body and to out the cabinet to corrupt its own agenda of force, and then you can sneak out with your arsehole in peace. But you've got to make sure that you can find your way back to your body through your ass. Because if you fuck it up, you're just going to shit everywhere in your cabinet. And nothing is worse than a cabinet full of shit. Mark my fucking words, I've done it many times. I've shattered many cabinets. I think 17 cabinets before I got it right, but nothing about that. Just remember my solid advice, it's a Jungle Beats exclusive verse. And back to Joji.
I opened the cupboard and then
I want to fucking hear it.
Shut your mouth. Then a cup fell out and then it broke on the floor.
Really?
Yes.
Shit, mate. Also, don't delete the content in between when you left and came back.
What happened?
I had a good conversation.
With who?
Myself.
About?
I'll say 3 things. Cabinets, arseholes,
Yep.
and out of body experience.
Standard for you.
Yeah, remember this? We've heard this before. We liked this track, remember?
Where did we hear it though?
We reviewed the single. It dropped probably 4 months ago.
I'm gonna Google our review.
Yeah. Okay.
Where he's really like just
just disorientated.
And just a bunch of asses in his face. Yeah, reviewed this. This came out 5 months ago.
What you know about it? What you know about blood? Is you reading my plate? You ain't never gonna see no more about me.
Through these ballads, Joji's depicting the stages of the fallout after a relationship falling apart.
And not just one, it sounds like multiple relationships.
Maybe.
And maybe it's not necessarily love between him and someone that is a sexual love. Maybe it could just be also just a friendship level of love, or a connection of love that he didn't get yet to achieve to that he thought he could have got to. Like, these seem like a lot of levels of love.
I am tending inclined it's more romantic based on
The lyricism.
the lyrics and in the visual depiction in the music videos. However, when you hear this song, it's like we're at the next stage of like, I'm gonna fuck up my life, man. Bitch just broke up with me, man. I'm gonna go out, have a bunch of asses in my face, like the video is, get drunk and feel numb.
And yeah, we did a review for this track already. It was dropped a while back. I wasn't expecting it to be in this album, but it actually fits in quite nicely.
It does.
I know I fucked around a bit in this track, but that's just because, fuck, I feel like it and I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
and if you want to subscribe, make sure to unsubscribe.
Or do the opposite. Serious mode activated.
This is a nice Christmas ballad, actually.
Serious mode activated.
Oh, okay. I thought this. Scarlett's about to come in.
Vocals are so undistinguishable.
I like that though. It makes you unique. Because there's only so much you can pronounce a word. A lot of singers, say like Lana Del Rey and a few others, will pronounce English words differently and incorrectly, just so it sounds different and adds characteristics to
What's an
it.
example of that?
Say for, instead of saying like diamonds, it's be like diamonds, like that, like it'll sound like you can still tell what the word is, but it obviously doesn't sound like the way it's meant to be said.
Manipulate your voice.
Yeah, but because when you sing a note, it's a certain notes can hit certain peaks and some can't. So they can realize like, oh, this sentence I can't hit these notes, but if I rearrange this word with these letters, I can hit these notes I want to get to. And that's what can create really unique artists. You'll see James Blake does it as well. Right. James Blake pronounces words a lot differently some of the time, or he'll let things leave in like a more different tone. It's a trick a lot of singers will use.
I've never heard this.
Honestly, next time you listen to James Blake, just listen to the way he pronounces certain words. You'll notice that some of them will be a bit different.
Like altered. Right. Interesting. The juxtaposition of the soft vocals and the heavy guitar is intriguing to me, and maybe something that's symbolic of how he feels about the city he lives in, LA. Because, you know, people go to LA to kind of blow up, get famous, you know, entertainment, acting, singing.
True, you go to LA for that, and if you fail, then you move back, or you get stuck there doing fucking nothing.
Sucking dick and working in bars.
Nothing wrong with sucking dick and working in bars. That's what I've been doing the last 10 years.
You know what? It's fucking not. It's not that inaccurate, you know? It's not that off.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, bro.
A good half of it's about right.
Yeah. Which half? We don't know.
Half of that dick. Anyways, I actually really enjoy that song. Like you said, the juxtaposition of the... I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what the fuck that word means.
Why don't you just ask me then?
Because I assume that it means when polar opposites collide in a manner that works well.
The word doesn't imply whether it's good or bad. A juxtaposition just defines a contrast. So it's just a contrast. Two comparing objects. Or entities. As far as
I think I can wrap my mind around that. But yeah, I enjoy the big, heavier thing in the middle. And I was kind of hoping there'd be some screaming or something there, but it really displays different arrays of emotion. Be it like maybe he's saying some stuff, but deep down his mind's screaming. So maybe what he's saying isn't exactly what he wants to say. I thought
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I thought it was a really good track, Joji. And I want you to have my kids. We're going to name them Timothy, Justin, and Bobo.
You don't need no more fun. Yeah, drive around on my own. I'm rich by my AC book. Don't check no
is trash. This song is trash. This song is trash. Yo, this song is trash. This song is trash. Oh wait, it's better because I just spat on it better than he ever did it. There you go, man.
Next.
Worst track on the album. And I'm going to explain why so that you don't call me a hater.
I don't really give a fuck if you call me a hater, man.
I found Joji's been bridging pop with his indie R&B style quite beautifully so far on this album, but I think here is when he lets the pop overtake it too much, and I don't think it really suits him. The hook, the really cringy, repetitive lyrics, just everything about this track just screams to me, God, let me out, let me kill it with fire, burn it so it doesn't come back to life.
It's just not needed, man. It's not needed in the context of this album. It's not needed in most of music, in my opinion.
I'm just not a fan of this track, man. I'm sorry, man.
I just can't picture myself.
I'm sorry for shitting on you. I know we're meant to be together forever and have kids and everything, man, but I feel like after this we're going to have a big fight, big discussions. We'll get over it. We'll find love still, man. We'll find love.
Can you check the battery, please?
Only if you touch my daddy balls. You should put Nikki on the background. She's really cute. It'll make the song better. Just trust me. Anyways, that was
his vocal performance was quite unique on this one. You know, I don't hear him often get to those tonalities. So now you're distracted because you see a fine young Asian woman on the screen, and we know, everybody knows, that you are craving some fine young Asian
Skirt. Much better than the last track though. I think definitely.
Fucking anything's better than the last track. I'm not sure that's a comparison. Man, what you looking at, man?
Nikki, bro.
Stop getting distracted, man. That's a beautiful backdrop, though.
Oh my damn. Backdrop, man. Backdrop.
I'd rather go see that nature than her.
Oh yeah, I'm saying with you, I'd rather see nature than her.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki, man. Just shout on you with this nature shit.
But yeah, I like a lot of this track, but at the same time, I feel like after hearing that last track, it's kind of ruined a lot of the flow for this. So I don't know, like I feel like maybe if that other track wasn't there, I'd be able to feel this track more. But it's a lot of the hook, like da, 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 I kind of wasn't feeling it too much. I did feel the production a bit, like all the keys were really nice. Like he's obviously a fan of them type of things. So I don't know, maybe this is one of those tracks where I need a few more listens after taking that last track out, because if you know with me, when I listen to albums, I always rearrange the albums the way I want to listen to it. I'll be honest, it's definitely Trippie Redd. It's definitely not Joji. It's funny because XX did a few tracks with Trippie Redd.
I get the sentiment of this track, right? I would die for you. It's a very...
It's like, how can you not love me the way I loved you? I would fucking die for you. Do you know how many other people out there wouldn't die for you? I would fucking die for you. How the fuck do you not love me?
Right, so it's superficially a very serious topic.
How can you not see my love?
But I don't think it's delivered in a very creative way at all. I feel like it's just so lazy. Like, I'm sorry. I know they're ballads, but shit, man.
I think it is creative enough, because Trippie Redd, I think, displays his vocals in a very different manner.
He's very different.
But I don't think it's a way that matches Joji's album, the way he's been going about things. Right. If it was a Trippie Redd album, it might work, but I think Trippie here doesn't match everything that Joji's been doing.
Maybe.
And I wasn't a fan of that track, by the way. I just don't think Trippie works here. I do think he's a talented artist and he has a lot of good tracks. Obviously, like, as with XXXTentacion, his features have worked really good with his music because their styles complement each other. But here, the styles don't complement.
I don't know, maybe we're judging this differently. Maybe these are just supposed to be ballads and we're not really it's not right to judge them as an album or as just like cohesive tracks. I don't know if that's my bad. If it is, my bad, Joji. I don't know your pure intentions here. X, N, X, X.
Really? That's a porn site.
Is it really?
Yeah, XNXX. It's one of the biggest porn sites.
X, N.
XX, yep, one of the biggest porn sites.
Never heard of it.
It's alright. It kind of reminded me of like a kind of a bit worse version of Yeah Right. So how you know when you think about me.
Version.
It was kind of very similar to that, so not as good. Like I don't know. I feel like there are some beautiful moments and elements in this album where you can see the greatness of Joji and what he can be. But there's also a lot of elements and examples in this album of Joji not quite hitting the mark or just going for things which I don't think work. So I think maybe this album will be a good bridge for him to figure out what to do next. And I really hope that, I know, that he gets led in the right right direction.
Well, let me tell you, young sir, this is called Ballads 1. That probably means there's going to be a Ballads 2 and 3, 4. Man, we're hiring, bro. If anybody wants to replace Alexander, man, fucking DM me.
Hey, at least when we shit on him, we give the good excuses why. Why? He was shit. See, he loves his ukulele, bro.
Yeah, ever since the big guy.
Okay, this is dope.
You know, to be honest, I think this is a much better way to end the album. This is probably, of the last half of the album, this is one of the better tracks for me. I like the distorted auto-tune with the ukulele.
And the flute. Super beautiful. And the fact that he started off with the ukulele, brought in the more heavy instrumentation, and he kind of had, well, kind of like just that, a ballad. He just kind of like sung certain melodies over the track and then ended it on a more lighter tone. But I kind of like how he's used the ukulele in the last track, because a lot of Joji's very early music has been heavily ukulele influenced, so it's kind of like a throwback to that in a way, but still showing the progression that he's done.
Absolutely.
So I do think this is definitely probably his best album to date in terms of, not Pink Eye, Joji. And I don't think it's, I don't think it's a great album. I don't necessarily know if I think it's a good album, but I think it's a better album compared to his last work in terms of an overall project. So I think he's growing up to be really good, but there's still a lot in this album that I'd rearrange or change or work around. But
So you like Ballads more than In Tongues?
yeah, I like Ballads more than In Tongues.
This is his second one here.
Yeah.
Ballads. This is an album full of ballads that is very sonically driven. There's not a lot of lyrical depth. I mean, there's not supposed to be, and I guess
Simply love.
yeah, it's depicting the plights, superficialities of falling out of love and the trials and tribulations associated with failing relationships, and that's okay. A lot of people are gonna love the fickle nature of it, and that's fine. However, for me, I think, Joji, what you did on Slow Dancing in the Dark, you had such a grandness to it. You had such a bright grandiosity to it.
And even Test Drive.
Yeah, there was elements in other songs. And if you could deliver that in an entire project, man, that would, you'd blow away your listeners, man.
Yeah, man, I think Slow Dancing in the Dark is like this level, like in terms of emotion, how you can push your vocals, even visuals, and then everything else in this album was kind of like In Tongues, but a little bit more evolved, but still sort of it like just above that level. But
Yeah,
we know we've heard and seen what you can potentially be, just not in a full package, just not in the full package yet. I don't think you necessarily have to like put out another album like this. Like I think you could evenly stretch out like a fuck ton of just little EPs of different sounds to fuck with and see how people react to that shit.
Because we notice every album or every project, there's a different kind. He's trying different things,
100.
which we appreciate. But that's what I'll be looking for next, Joji, to challenge yourself to me this was quite mediocre, and it didn't really resonate with me particularly.
There's enough here that I can go back to it, especially for background music. Like, I think there's enough here I can go back to for 100%. But I feel like in terms of like digging deeper into it and personal, like a lot of enjoyment, I can't see myself in that regard. So we're Jungle Beats. If you want to see me tackle a cobra covered in fish oil and mango juice, go on our Patreon and $50 a month. Yeah. 100, thousands if you want. Shit. I'll do all that ish.
And if you didn't like our opinions, be sure to leave an angry comment below and unsubscribe and dislike.
And I'll be sure to leave love hearts with no explanation as to why.